coming up, you've got to look around and make sure everything is visible. It's really important that you have everything visible so you can actually see your surroundings. Okay, let's talk about neighborhoods. Want to be at minimum about 23, 24. It's 25 in most residential areas here in the United States. We're in the Midwest. So what I need you to do is just drive very smooth. If a vehicle comes, you just pull over to the right. Whoever's by the vehicle first. So that's a courtesy. Then each of us gave a mutual wave. Let's talk about neighborhoods. Neighborhoods are very dangerous. So what I need to see all of you do as an instructor, because I'm here to give you some tips that your instructor will normally do, you want to stop before the stop sign. Now, you want to look and move forward. It's called showing the car. You want to look left and right. It's clear. We're going to go ahead and make a left turn. Your test will consist of some residential, going on off the expressway, and then also maybe an industrial area. It really depends on which company you take the test with. They have to have a course that is certified by the county, by the state, at least 3 different courses. So I'm going to make a left turn on the street. Look where you want to go. Another car is coming. You can either go past this truck or wait. Looks like there's room. I'm going to get over to the right. They're going to get over to the right. We're good. I'm at 20 miles an hour. You should feel comfortable with the vehicle you're driving. You should know where the gas and brake is. Your headlights, tail lights, windshield, car insurance, everything must be A-OK. They'll check that. I'm going to pull over to the right. Behind this PT Cruiser convertible. It's pretty cool. Must be a limited edition. Then we get back. They're looking for you to scan, look around, have good eye movement. You should see the person walking to the left. I'm just teaching you to use your eyes. And you should be looking up toward the stop sign. I'm going to come up and stop for 3 seconds. But now, after I've stopped, I have to move forward. It's called showing the car. They won't tell you when to make your turn. You have to come up. This may take 30 seconds, 10 seconds. It's going to feel really eerie. It's going to feel like you're alone, but we're just here to make sure you execute. So I'm clear, and I'm going to make my left turn in the nearest lane. That's by this yellow line. Keep your turn as short as possible. Find the speed limit out, go right up to the limit, but not over. Again, they won't tell you. It's expected that you know. You should have been practicing with your mom and dad, caregiver in the house. I'm looking for blinkers. Go ahead and squeeze my brake. And I want to stop. You don't want to shoot the gap. Shoot the gap means you're going to make a really sharp left turn when there's not a lot of room. You'll see another black car coming. I'm just going to wait. If you're not sure, wait. You can turn hand to hand, hand over hand. You got to have both hands on the wheel. We're not going to argue today about hand placement. 10 and 2, 9 and 3, 7 and 5, 8 and 4. It really doesn't matter as long as you have both hands on the wheel.
Welcome back. Will you be using the mobile app today? Guys, order please.
I need a 2C medium with the diet.
Okay.
And I also need one McChicken, no mayo, extra mustard.
You said no meal, extra what?
Extra mustard, please.
Okay.
And a large ice water.
It's gonna be $13.87.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, driving is a life skill. You're going to have to know how to go to a gas station. Some instructors don't show that. You got to go through a drive-through. You're going to have to know how to go through a bank. This is why driver's education, training someone how to drive, is so critical. I'm covering my brake. I don't want to hit the wall. Hey, fine. How are you?
All right. This is the second one of mine.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just showing love and care, respecting all people. So I'm covering my brake. I don't want to hit the yellow pole. And I'm going to go really slow. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. So in some cases you'll have to do a park maneuver. So they told me to pull up to the first reserve drive-through, and I'm going to pull up and I'm going to turn and turn out. I'm going to cover my brake and go up as far as I can. I'm going to put it in park. Some other things you want to be aware of is just being calm. Wearing thin sole shoes. You need to be going through your whole process of starting the vehicle, putting on your seatbelt, adjusting your mirrors, feeling comfortable. You should be practicing in the car that you've been driving for the last 3 to 5 months. You should feel comfortable backing into a driveway, pulling out, merging on the expressway. I'm going to go through all of these processes. You should make sure your mirrors, and I'm adjusting my center mirror to frame the rear view window. I'm adjusting my side mirror so I can see a little bit of the car. I'm looking straight ahead. I'm adjusting my passenger side mirror. I'm going to look straight ahead. And you want to have good eye movement. Left mirror, driver's side, right mirror, passenger, center mirror. It's a little low. So I'm going to bring it up. So you want to frame the rear window in the mirror. You will be very nervous when you take your test because you're going to be with a person who's a stranger. But I'm trying to give you a perspective. They're here to help you. They're not here to see you fail. They want you to pass your test, because people who do driver's education tests, who teach driver's education, they're public servants. I'm a public servant. Excuse me. And you have to execute. If they're asking you to stop, you should already know a red light means stop. A yellow light just before the intersection. If you can stop in 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003, you need to stop. If you're merging an expressway and you're moving too slow, they're not going to tell you push the gas. They're either going to mark you as you were able to execute, or F for failure, you were not able to execute. So I think it's really important that you ask questions. You really take a deeper dive into learning how to drive. You set some goals for what your purpose is. If you're watching this, you want to learn how to drive. If you're watching this, you are late teen, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, you came to the United States, you want to learn how to drive. And through my experience of teaching driver's education over 24 years, road test prep, segment 1, segment 2, teaching adults, teaching teens, various situations, I can really help you. Like, You can see the cars behind us right now because I have the camera on me. You should be able to look around. Whenever you back up, you should be looking around. Like this minivan to my left. If I just back straight up, I'm going to hit that van. But if I wait and pause, like there's a worker right now, if I wait and pause, let them do their job, then we're all safe. So here they come now. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. So now I have my food, everything's secure, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do. We'll put it in R. I have a backup camera, but I got to look over my shoulder. Okay, I'm looking left, looking right. I'm going to back up small. I turn the wheels to the left. You see me looking. When you back up, you have to look out of your back window. And then I'm going to go up to the edge. I'm looking left, looking right. I'm just showing you what you should do. If you're not looking left and right, and you just pull out in front of a car, that's automatic failure. So a Jeep just changed lanes with the blinker. I'm going to wait. If they didn't use their blinker, I would not have known. It actually takes time for you to do your test. That's what I want you to know. And don't rush yourself. I'm going into the nearest lane now. I'm going to switch screens. Okay, so just cover your brake. You want to see the rear of the tires on the ground. I don't want you just to pass your test. I want you to get a really good score. So we're just going with the flow. Taking our time, taking our space. And if the speed limit is 50 through here, you go at what the traffic is doing. Your windshield cannot be cracked also. That's an equipment violation. You have to have insurance. Your headlights and taillights need to work. They'll take you into different neighborhoods. You got to go into your turn slow. And just take your time. Just like I'm taking my time. Every neighborhood's a little bit different. There are different elements. I'm just watching these people walk by. Use common sense. Keep good space. Keep good speed. I'm scanning left and right. Excuse me. And I'm just being really careful. I'm just going to pull over here to the right. This car is really going fast. So I want to back in the driveway. So I'm going to let all this traffic go by. And then I'm going to back in the driveway between the two gray cars. So we're going to let the lady walk in the German Shepherd, beautiful German Shepherd. Let this truck go by. Be patient. Don't rush. Your road tester should never rush you. You should never be speeding. Okay. Go ahead and roll forward. I'm going to move up. And now I'm going to back in this driveway. And then you may have to back in. Okay, you're going to roll backwards. I'll show you this. Okay, I'm going to turn my wheel all the way to the left. The rear will go in to the right. The front will swing out. And I'm going to go in slow. And I'm going to turn the wheel back. Okay, now I'm going to look out my back window. I'll go in slow. I'm going to cover the brake. Have your foot on the brake. Okay. I'm going to pause for a second. I'll be right back. Hold tight. Because when you do nice things for people, they do nice things for you. So give me 1 second. Okay, back. So you want to get in your vehicle, get everything set. Always put it on your seatbelt first. Seatbelt is on. Make sure it crosses your chest. You want to frame the rear window in your mirror, so when you're driving, you can just look up. Just a little low. And then there's a button or a lever you push for the driver's side. In my case, it's a button. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust the mirror. You want to look straight ahead, adjust the mirror. Then I'm going to push the button. It turns on the other mirror. These are electric mirrors. And I want to look straight ahead. So now when I'm driving, I can see my left, I can see my right, and then I can frame the rear window. So when you're driving, you're very efficient. You can just simply check. You can keep your eyes on the road. It's just a quick glance. You always want to see what's in front of you. And that's really important. You got to be going through this process all the time. Your coach, your teacher should be taking you through this. I'm going to roll down the driveway. I'm going to turn on my left turn signal. And we're going to go down the driveway. And I'm turning it real easy and slow. I'm going to turn back out. And I want to accelerate out. That you have everything properly adjusted. So when you're driving, you can be efficient. You can move hands. You can use your blinker. Down is for a left. Up is for a right. You have to be efficient as possible. And in this case, I'm coming up to a stop sign. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my brake. Then I'm going to stop and show all of you. Okay, there's my stop sign. So I want to look left and right. This car does have auto start, so I'm going to look left and right. It's clear. I'm going to make my left turn, and I'm going to turn out. I'm watching for cars, I'm watching for people. That truck should stop. I have the right of way. I said should stop. You never know. Don't assume. Now I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my brake, and I want to have a complete stop. That's minimum 3 seconds. 1001. 1002, 1003. Okay, I'm making a left. And look where I want to go. Go into your turn. Really easy. 100 feet or half a block, we're going to be making a right turn. So I turn my blinker on. And I want to be under 20 miles an hour. I'm at about 16, 12. Then I turn. And then I turn out. That was a pretty good turnout. We're going to be practicing going on the freeway, getting off, going back on. So you're going to get a chance to see what you need to do. Okay, we want to start squeezing our brake. Use the ball of your foot and squeeze. Now, we want to move forward. Called showing the car. It's clear. We're going to make a right turn in the nearest lane. We're good over one lane to the left. Got to accelerate. It's 50 here. We're at 49. Is this a clover leaf? You want to go in slow? Hey, how are you doing? Happy holidays. Thank you for joining. I'm going to go in slow. We're talking about being successful. These are some of the things your instructor, road tester will tell you. This is a clover leaf. I'm at 36. At the bottom, push the gas pedal to the floor. Accelerate. You're going to see me going off, going through an ATM and getting back on. So you see a little bit of expressway. Hopefully all of you are doing well. Also, stay in the middle lane, stay in the first lane. If you're watching this, you want to learn how to drive. You have questions, put those in. Okay, this is the deacceleration. This is where I'm going to gradually slow down. Don't wait till you're up by the yellow signs. It's too late. Come on, go ahead, put it in. I'm on the ramp right now. Question you have? Okay, turn on your right turn signal. I'm in the inside lane, so I have to go the closest lane to the right. Also, what state? How many years have you been driving? I'm in the Midwest. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adult and teens. I do an online class. I'm thinking about getting a Tesla or an EV. I'm gonna go in the first lane. So I've been looking at some. I'm scheduled to do a test drive on Thursday. I think I still should do it. There's a Tesla up there. I'm gonna go in slow to the turn. Teslas are one of the safest vehicles out right now. I'm gonna turn on my blinker. I'm gonna go in slow. That car behind me almost hit me. Have your blinker on early. I had my blinker on right about time, but they were going in really fast. Parking lots like this are really good for working on turns, left turns, right turns. Hey, how you doing? What's up here? Okay, so I'm assuming you have your permit. You have to sit down and talk to mom and dad, whoever you're closest to. If it's mom, hey mom, how you doing? I love you. You know, I'll do anything for you. Mom, I need to learn how to drive. Can you help me? Can dad help me? I can drive, you know, on the weekends when you're not really tired. Don't ask during the week, tired, they're coming back and forth. So I would say, hey mom, dad, you know, can I learn to drive? Can we make some time for me maybe next week? Sure. Most of your parents will say yes. So that's how I would start the conversation out. I'm doing pretty good, guys. I'm battling a cold. I canceled my drives today, so I won't be driving again until Friday. But I wanted to go live to give you guys some pointers, some guidance to help you become a good driver, because that's what it's about. So driving test success secrets your instructor won't tell you. You need to be able to pull up to an ATM. You need to be able to back into a driveway. You need to be able to put gasoline in your car. You need to know how to do routine maintenance. It's really important. And so typically what you're going to do, your parents are going to say, okay, here are the keys. I need you to go to the ATM. Then I need you to go to the store and get groceries. Don't get mad and say, I'm just running errands. I just want to go out and drive. Well, if you don't develop trust with your parents, they're not going to trust you. So you have to develop trust. Yeah, they're in a little bit of a hurry. So we're just going to let them kind of roll forward. And then when you're up to ATM, just put in park, look around, okay? Because people will try to carjack you. I'm messing up. Okay, no receipt. I almost pressed too many buttons and it locked out. But you always have to watch when you're getting money from an ATM machine. This is why I can't show you that. But I'll show you the money when I get it. All right. I'll hit the screen. So your parents ask you, hey, go get some money out. Go to the ATM machine, right? So you got to go run errands. That's the first thing I would say. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to convince your parents. Okay, Mom, Dad, I know you're tired. I'm going to go shopping. Let me run errands. Let me go to Grandma's house. Let me go to Uncle's house. And if you start doing this and, come back on time, they'll start trusting you more, right? So you got to build trust with whoever you are dealing with. That's like I'm teaching you how to drive. So I've stopped and let up my window. Now I'm going to get back on the expressway. And this is your typical light shopping mall area, big stores, retail stores. I'm looking left and right. It's a lot of traffic here. My blinker's on, so I'm not trying to get hit. I'm just trying to wait. But you're going to be very hesitant. And I'm showing you that your instructor won't tell you to go. I'm just waiting. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. You got to be a little bit assertive, but not be foolish and crash. All right, so we want to stay in this outside left lane because we got to get all the way over to the left side. Please listen to what I'm saying. A lot of beginners get confused. I'm in the far, we're all making right turns, but I'm in the far lane. I'm going to get all the way over to the left. I'm going to turn on my blinker and I'm going to show you. I'm looking at cars too. My blinker's on, so I'm going to get all the way over to the left. Okay. Now I have to make a left-hand turnaround. Blinker's on again. Left lane must turn left. That's what this lane is for. You need to know what you're doing. This lane I'm going in can do two things. It can go left or go straight. In this case, I'm going to go left. And it says left turn yield on green. So I'm looking at this left turn yield on green. So because they're turning one way, they should be able to make a turn. But if you're not sure of this, don't do it because you will get a ticket. I'm looking at signs. Excuse me, guys. Told you I'm not the best. But I knew I was going to be driving today, so I couldn't take any medication. Sometimes you have to wait 2 or 3 or 4 minutes. It's okay. The road tester has 45 minutes for you. Usually, from start to finish, it takes about an hour. They got to examine the car, look at your documents, tell you what's going on, and then you're going to get in the car. And sometimes there's peace and silence. This car's got to yield for us too, so if you're not sure, wait. Okay, I've got to follow these cars, and then we're going to get on the expressway. I like to turn my blinker on just before the guide sign. That's the green and white sign. If you don't use your blinker, that will be a deduction. You're going to see me merge on. This is where a lot of beginners struggle. The speed limit here is 70. We've got to come out at least 60, 65. I'm at 45 now. Blinkers on, and we want to come out in the first lane. So you know what else held on your blinker. always is scary. I do agree. For me, my scary would be in Chicago, in New York, because there was so much traffic. For me, my scary would be if there were semi trucks behind me going about 80 or 75 and I don't have room. My scary would be taking an adult teen out who goes 40, way too slow. It hurts to cough. That's how I feel right now, so kind of sick. I'm lifting my foot, trying to maintain good speed control. I'm at about 70. I'm going to show you inside view. Okay, so blinker, mirror, turn signal, blinker. I look over my shoulder. I accelerate through. See me, look, and then I just check my mirror again. I cancel. Don't be scared to make lane changes. It does take time. You will jerk the wheel. Okay, I'm trying to maintain good speed. That white car was a little close. You'll be surprised how close people cut it. The interstate can be. And I think it's really important that you get comfortable. I'm at about 70. And the thing that I've learned so far teaching adults is just take your time. Just be comfortable. Be patient. And that's what I want you to gain from this. Learning how to drive. What's going to be on your road test. What's going to be on your knowledge test. Thank you. I had some over-the-counter medication. Oh, God. Thank you. But I can't take it right now because it'll make me drowsy. So we just canceled drives today. I just stayed home this morning, relaxed on the couch. Me and the dog. Okay, I'm going to get over one lane to the right. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. Okay. And that's real smooth and easy. If you feel uncomfortable, stay in the right lane. You and your instructor will talk and decide when is the right time for you to get on the expressway. Each of you at a different point in learning how to drive. Some of you are excited, some of you are not ready, some of you are just in lesson 1, usually around lesson 5. We're going to expressway. What I want you to understand is no matter what you do, you can never make people happy on the expressway. So just drive smart, drive safe, keep good speed and good space. And that's what I'm trying to show you. And then your parents have got to invest time in you. You can't just go on 2 or 3 times and feel comfortable. And some of you are 19, some of you are 25, 27. You notice I'm trying to just keep my space. Be really smooth. And I'm going to make a lane change. So I'm going to accelerate through. And that truck, I don't know what's going on. That truck wired up. I don't know how they drive. So I'm going to lift my foot, I'm a little fast. And you can adjust your speed by lifting your foot off the gas. And it's really up to you and your caregiver. I mean, I can show you videos, I can show you in car, out of car, test prep. But I think this really gives you a good perspective. Like, I'm real chilled right now. I'm kind of settled down. Average number of lessons, 5 to 7. If you want more, it could be a little bit more. But most driving schools for the base package, it's 6 lessons. If you're an adult, they sell packages 3, 5, 7, 9. Some schools will pick you up at the house, drop you back off, because adults' needs are different than teens. Because when you're a teen, you are your mom and dad's, let me get over the lane, you're your mom and dad's responsibility. You feel me? When you're adult, it's different. And I've taught adults before, and a lot of them just cancel the lesson just before we drive. And that's very frustrating, because I clean the car, charge it up, get everything ready, and then we cancel. So you have to be really motivated. And I think if you're motivated to watch this, you're motivated to learn. So I'm going to stay out of this car's blind spots. And you notice I'm using the wipers. Make sure your wiper blades are good. This vehicle does not. The other vehicle I have does have dual brakes and dual mirrors. And that's where the electric vehicle will come in. You know, there has to be a creative way to use the brake. So I'll have to call a couple companies. That's my goal for this summer or fall. So I'm lifting my foot around the curb. Keep those questions coming in. That's fantastic. Yes, driver's ed cars have dual brakes, dual mirrors. So it's starting to rain, and this is real life. And I'm in the right lane, so other cars, the car to the left is about 75, the car to the left of them is about 78 to 80. This is a typical drive. Just trying to take my time. Okay, that was pretty good. 2 blinks. I gotta get over to the right. I'm not assuming anything. Notice I'm trying to keep away from them. I see them, but I'm not gonna stare. But I deliberately wanted to go this way to show you how you need to be alert on expressways. I'm lifting my foot around the curve. There's a white Kia behind me doing like 80. I'm at 65. So, and I'm still over it. So I'm just going to take my time. You'd really be surprised how much faster people go and really put you in danger. I do notice that making these videos. I'm just trying to, follow the speed limit. You're going to hear this Kia. This little Kia is doing like 85. See that Kia? It is hazard perception. Like it's raining. That's a hazard. You got a slow moving Kia coming out and one that's going really fast. And then now I got to squeeze my brakes because I'm getting off the expressway. All of you are saying the right things. This tells me you do want to drive. And you got to find someone with the car. You got to get trained. And that's the biggest hurdle I see. The first one is paying for classes. The second hurdle is getting a car. You got to have a job. So how many of you actually have a job? That's what I want to know. If you have a job, let's put J-O-B. That's what I want to know. How many of you have a job? Because this is our first location. We got to go to 2 locations. You remember what I said? How do you convince your parents to let you drive? You're going to have to run errands. Hey, Mom, Dad, I can go to the store. I can go pick up this, go pick up that. Okay, so this is very confusing. At the second light, I'm going to make a left. So I'm just taking my time. just be patient. How should you remember to read the signs? You're going to have to learn how to understand them. Let's use this lane as an example. This lane can go straight, and at the second light, it can make a left. You should see the sign to the left. If you weren't paying attention, you would think, or you could make a mistake and turn left, and then you would turn head on into traffic. Automatic failure. The two lanes to my right can go straight only. If you're not paying attention, you could cut off a car and go right, or cut off a car and go left and cause an accident. I think through good teaching in your segment 1, if you want me to put together some videos on this digital product, which I have about a third of the way done, and that can be available for sale on the stand shop. That's one of my goals for next year, is to put together a driver's education packet for signs, road test prep, and I think a lot of you would appreciate that. So yeah, you got to really understand the signs, and if you don't, you're going to be confused. And if you don't understand the signs, you can't drive yet. Okay, so I'm going to go in the inside lane all the way to the left. That car did the wrong thing. This is what that car to my right should have done. Okay, now this is weird. We're on a bridge. You're going to feel the bridge move left and right, left and right. And also, bridges will freeze first. It's elevated. You're going to have air blowing over the top of the bridge and over underneath. By the way, this is a 2024 Equinox. Stay with the flow of the traffic, look left and right. People don't use blinkers, it's very confusing. Keep space, good speed and good space. This is another J turn. In this lane, I can make a left or I can go straight. If I'm in the inside lane, I can only go left. So you have to understand these signs. And I'm looking, I don't want to assume anything. I'm going slow. Turn on my blinker. Go in this private drive. And I'm going to show you some parking maneuvers. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, up. Okay, I need all to put in some questions. I've got to go in and make a payment. I'll leave everything on. The car will lock by itself. Put in some questions. Tell me what the state are you from? How many years of driving do you have? Where you are in the process? I'll be right back. It's cold. Okay, so let's pretend you said, how do you convince your parents to let you drive? Okay, you just ran your first errand. You had to go, I don't know, half an hour away. You picked up something from your mother's brother, your uncle. Now you got to go to another store. So I'm deliberately going to get back on the expressway, go down about 5 miles, and then we're going to do the next stop. So it's cold outside. I'm going to show you. Always dress for the conditions, right? So I'm going to look left and right. I'm going to put this car in reverse. I'm looking. You don't want to smash your mom and dad's car. Many of your parents are on a fixed budget. I'm looking left and right. And then you turn out. There's a beautiful Durango. Yeah, that thing is nice. All right, so I'm gonna go up to the edge. And you gotta yield for traffic. I'm gonna go in the nearest lane. Keep your turn short. I wanna show you this. If you hit the curb, you'll lose points. Okay. Squeeze the brake. Use the ball of my foot. You don't have to be the first one off from the light. People run lights all the time. Also, if your parents give you money to fill up the car, fill it up. You can't be joyriding around with your friends. They won't trust you. Okay, I look left and right. I roll up. It's like people always sort of race you or something. They don't. And then when your mom and dad drive with you, they're going to be really nervous. So they didn't have a blinker. I have mine on. I got to show you this. This is about to get serious out here. You're going to see a lot of traffic. Now, I'm at 38. They're leaving us. You got to get on this gas and go. I'm going to show you the outside view. Got to get over. And you got to look over your left shoulder. See me? I'm looking over my left shoulder. You don't do that, you're going to fail your test. All right. So you got to be able to read directions. East is one way, west is another. Got to know your cardinal directions. I'm deliberately going to go the long way to show you on this curve. You got to really be careful, and either you're going to drive really fast, like that Cadillac STS twin turbo, or you're going to be doing the speed limit in this 2024 Equinox. I'm laughing, but you got to be safe out here. And I know this lane ends, so I'm not freaking out, but I'm showing you the decision-making process. See how these cars cut me off? See how this little Encore cut me off? It's not this serious out here. I'm just leaving room. And if you drive patient and smoothly, it all works out. Okay? And if you were driving with me, I would say just take your time. Okay? And I'm lifting my foot a little bit. There's a lot going on here. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm at 62 and a 70. Taking my time. Keeping my space. And you need to listen to your parents. They said put a color on a hat. They want you warm. I used to laugh. No, I'm not doing that. You're going to freeze. But they're right. Because if I go without a hat on, I'm already sick. I don't want to have pneumonia. I'm lifting my foot, taking my time. If you were with me, I would say readjust your speed. Oh, you see how that dirt come off? Bro, that could break our windshield. Gotta be careful with that. We're at 54 miles an hour in the 70. Sometimes when you drive with mom, you're going to have to drive slower. Dad, you might be able to drive faster. But when I was driving with my parents, I would drive slower with my dad because I was really nervous. I would drive faster with my mom, and she would say, slow down. Makes me feel like I'm on a roller coaster. I'm like, sorry, Mom. Yep. So you got to please your parents. And if they're not happy, you won't drive. Like this car, bruh, they set me up for failure. You saw that car to the right. They should have come in right behind me. I'm not going to yield my position to let them cut me off. That's scary. So you saw real life. That's why you kind of have to stay chill. And it's going to take some of this. I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking. Because I'm a better person than that. Some of you might take different words. But I'm just going to stay chill. Because if you live good, you put the Lord before everything, it's all going to work out. And I'm a firm believer in that. We're at 60. If you're a beginner, this is the speed you're going to be driving. You're not going to be busting at 80, 85, 90. Getting a ticket. Chevron alignment signs, we're going around the curve to the left. So the signs are on the right. It's always the opposite side. So yes, how do I remember the signs? You got to understand them. That's your guide signs. Gas stations. There's a warning sign. Bridge freezes before road. Okay, we're going to have to change lanes. Because I don't want to be behind this truck and get a chance to get the windshield cracked or broken stone chips. So the middle lane is about 5 to 7 miles an hour faster. It hurts to breathe, guys. Plus, it's a drizzly rain, and we might get snow tonight. And I'll video that too, because I promised someone I would pick them up. So you got to keep your promise. Remember, we talked about convincing mom and dad. If you're the oldest or in the middle, hey, can you pick up Junior? Can you pick up your sister? I'm tired. Well, you want to drive, but you don't want to, okay. So whenever they ask you to do something, you should be like, no problem. Like in 1 mile, I need to get off. I'm at 64 again. It doesn't make sense to me to be in the left lane because I have to cut off 2 or 3 lanes of traffic. It hurts to cough. So I know I'm in bad shape. I have to get well before Monday. That's when we go back. So I'm staying away from this person. And then I need to get up here at this exit. So I'm going to turn on my blinker. I'm going to lift my foot. trouble. So I squeeze my brake. I'm at 34. This is a really sharp curve. If you're not paying attention, you will crash. And a lot of beginners just don't understand road signs and pavement markings. So I'm in the inside left turn lane. I can go left, but I have to look. I'm going to go ahead and stop. I'm going to show you. That one gesture could have kept you from passing or failing. Okay? So practice good fundamentals. So this would be our third errand that we ran. Okay, they're turning right or red. I'm turning left. I can't turn. It's really easy to get it's really easy to get confused here. If you have to take your road test and you're feeling really bad, you might have to reschedule or at least put a mask on. But I canceled my drives this morning because I was just feeling like crap. It takes one person to take the whole school down, the whole office down, whole nation down. So we're just waiting for a green. I still have to, make sure people stop, people run lights, they're not paying attention. And this is good. I'm actually, okay, I'll look left and right. This is good that I actually am going on these errands and showing you what real life driving is like. So I'm going to squeeze my brakes and be real easy. The biggest thing is this says no turns. A lot of people would turn here. Very confusing. Bridge ISIS before road. I'm looking at cars. Are they going too slow? Are they going too fast? Are there blinkers on? I look left and right. Trying to be really easy on the gas. Also, if you use mom and dad's car and you burn up all their gas going real fast and crazy and you don't put any in, they're going to be like, what? You said you were just going to your friend's house 5 miles away, but all our gas is going in. You made me late. I had to put gas in the morning. They're not going to like that. Well, then you say, mom and dad, would you like me to put some gas in? Then they're going to say, you know what? You need to get a job. So for a lot of you, the next hurdle is a job. I've done some job placement before early on in my teaching career. Usually a lot of young adults and seniors, fast food places, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A. They have some really good manager programs. The Home Depot, Lowe's. Like this car, see how fast they're going? They're going to cut me off. Why are people in a hurry? I'm already at 53. Yes, the speed limit is 55, but it's not this serious. Okay, now I'm at about 57. And we all tend to speed. If they're speeding, I'm going to speed. And then we're all going 10, 12, 14 over. It's not that serious. And then they slow down because the police over there to the left. The biggest reason why people speed is because they are late. I did something like this last year and over Thanksgiving and Christmas where we talked about going to your relative's house. So you definitely have to check that out. So I'm just taking my time. The roads are not the greatest. left. And I'm scanning. You see that white truck with the blinker on? That's what we have to do. We got to turn around. So squeeze your brake before you get into the curve. If we were an electric vehicle, we just lift our foot off. I'm going to go up to the edge. Check traffic. I can turn on red screen. Okay, I'm going to go all the way up. Then we get all the way over to the right. It says no turn on red. If you make a turn on red, automatic failure. So if you can't read this on a U-turn, they're going to say, sir or ma'am, we just terminated the test. So the reality is real. You've got to drive almost perfect. Oh, my lungs hurt bad. So it's green. I have to look left and right. And then I'm going to go in the nearest lane. Go in slow to your turn. Keep your turn short. Nearest lane. This is another road, different speeds, so you're getting a wide variety of areas. That's what I want to give you guys. Signal early, signal often. And they're going to have you do really tight maneuvers. And I'm deliberately going to pull in this area that's really small and tight. This is our third errand. Remember I talked about this? You said you want to convince mom and dad? You're running errands. You're their gopher. The car will lock. I'll be right back. I'm keeping it real with you guys. Okay, so we got to go get some money. Sometime when you run errands, this place does not accept debit, so I need to have $78. So I don't have the correct amount, so I need to go find a ATM, and so we got to pull out onto the street, find a money machine, and do what's necessary. So we're in this tight little parking spot. So I'm gonna show you. So we got to run real errands, right? I don't have enough money. If I don't look behind me, I'm gonna back up into this building, and that's not good. So pretending we're driving mom and dad's car, if you smash the car, it's done. That's why a lot of parents won't let you drive like this. Okay, I'm gonna switch angles. All right. We got to be on the right side of the road. And I've got to try to find an ATM. So I'm going to go in the first lane. Keep it short. So we got to find a bank. Well, banks make money when you're not a member. Looks like this bank is open. I'm not a member of this bank. So, unfortunately, I might have to, and I say unfortunately, I'm going to have to go up to this ATM, and man, I hate these machines. I'm going to back up, because you're really a sitting target for being robbed. So some of you say, well, why are you even going here? Well, you gotta... I'm not liking this. I'm gonna go around the back. I got a person there in tinted windows. I'm not liking this. So I'm using my own advice. And if you don't feel good about a situation, you get out of there. So I'm getting out of here. There should be an ATM around. Nope. So I'm gonna find another area. So I'm using my own advice. I'm not even messing with that. That looks sketchy, bro. You get out there, pull out your money card, man, and someone puts a gun at your neck, you're done. So you gotta trust your instincts. So I'm gonna go back into the first lane. Find a better place to go. And I'm scanning left and right. I'm not trying to run lights. If you run lights, you're going to fail your test. Ooh, there's a bank. Hey, I feel safe. I feel safe. Okay, this feels much more secure. Now I have to see if they have an ATM. Yes, they do. Hey, I feel safe. Do you see? Your guy could have got robbed. And I'm not trying to get robbed. So I'll get charged a fee. But that's okay. That's why you have to have a job. And if you don't have a job and you're driving mom and dad's car, they won't like you real long, because you're not going to put gas in. And you're going to put miles in there. Mileage, they're going to get charged thousands. That's a whole other video. Because most vehicles have their depreciation in the first couple years. A $60,000 Tesla is worth about 35, 37, 29. And these dealers try to charge 36, 37. That's what this dealer's doing with this 2018. And I'm going to talk to you a second. So I found a 2018 or 19 Tesla from California, crispy clean, one owner. Chargers in the back, 110 and 240. The car only has 27,000 miles on it, but there's only a year and a half left on the battery warranty. If that battery takes a crap, that's $10K. I can't go out like that. So, and I'm kind of giving you some hints to the next live that I'll do where I'm going to talk about the Tesla that I'm thinking to get, but I have to get a grant. I do have an LLC. So, and this is for next year. It won't happen this year. But it's either going to be a Tesla or Mach E. Which is more durable? Not sure. I still got to do research. I got to drive. There are a lot of people who do content on the Tesla and the Mach E. Okay, remember see? Okay, I'm gonna move up. Okay, well, I got to put the car in gear first. Happens to the best of us. Deposit option is out order. Submits out cash back. Bro, what is this? Is this real? Do you apply for Texas? You would have to check. I believe the parents teach you that I would have to check on that for you, and I definitely will check. Give me 1 second. Let me put this in first. English. No. Cashback. Checking. So they're going to charge me a $4 fee, and I'm okay with that. This is how banks make money. Remember I talked about errands? So this is how banks make money. So is your life worth $4? Yes, your life is worth $4. Got to take your card out. I got $40. Okay, I want a receipt. This is really weird. But you can't see this, but there's a blue like plastic thing. It looks like a fake card reader. And I was a little nervous. So I made the decision. Do I want to go to sketchy one outside, or do I want one that's safer? But this one looks kind of sketch too. So this is not as sketch. So this is why we're going. And I've been to Houston, Texas before. I've been down to Prairie View. So we would have to check on the provisional license. I'm in the car. I will check for you, I promise. Okay, so now we're out of here. I'm kind of looking around. Okay, we're out of here. So now I have the money. I got to go back to, talking about running errands. Okay, I got to go up and I got to stop first. You do get kind of confused for a second. It's really easy to run and hit someone. Now, you're going to look at this sign. This looks like it's the wrong way, but look at this sign. That's the stop sign. It's just whited out. This looks really freaky. That's the stop sign. But dang, what's going on with that? Okay, so I got to go up, get this heat on to get a little cold in here. So you got to really be thankful for your mom and dad. My parents would let me drive their vehicle. I had to bring home my own piece of junk. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the first lane. Again, I gotta get over and try to change lanes after the light at the intersection. My bad habit, I would make lane changes in the middle of the intersection. It took me a long time to correct that. That car is not even that, it's not that serious. But I want to get back to the Tesla I'm talking about. So they want 35,000, 2018, 24,000 or 27,000, original owner, a year and a half left on the battery, warranty from Tesla. They're going to sell me an additional warranty for about 3,000. That's going to give me 24 months or 24 or 12,000 miles. So I'm like, I'm still going to go for a test drive, right? But I don't think it would be good for me. But some of you are saying, well, if you're going to be doing driver's ed and they're going to be running the car on the ground, get the newest one you can at the lowest price with the longest warranty, because the mileage will come due before the warranty will. Okay? So either way it goes, I need to try to get the newest Tesla with the lowest mileage, with the best features, and then just be ready to put brakes and tires on it, because a lot of, okay, I'm going to pause, and then I go to the inside lane. And this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be making a lot of lefts, a lot of rights. You're going to be trying to time it. Your mom and dad, where are you at? We were worried about you. Like, I had to go to 3 different banks. No, you didn't. You know, we saw you take out 2 different amounts. You got to be honest with them. So this $4 charge will come up. All right. I got to squeeze. So a lot of this is low speed maneuvers, and that's where the Tesla or the Ford Mach-E, and I still got to do more research, okay, on the Ford Mach-E. I know a decent amount on the Tesla, but this dealership, they don't even have there's an app that you can download, put in the VIN number, and I'm going to do that. It tells you about the health. The owner said originally it was between 280 and about 310. It says 75% charge. 70, and this is in the Midwest. It's cold, and it says about 210 miles. But that number can drop really easy. Like, I almost bought a Trackhawk. I do have a video on that. I may have deleted it, but there's a dealership in the metro area. They're selling Teslas. They have less than 2 years old, mid 30s. They show you the battery degradation, because you don't know, did a person charge it up to 100 and cook it? Did a person charge it up to 80? Did they let it go to 0? There are just so many variables, and buyer beware. So I don't want to be the sucker to get an EV, and then in 2 years my battery takes a dump. I used to think that, right? I was that guy on the internet saying, you're going to get screwed. But you know what? I changed my tune. Elon, I did my research, brother. And he would say, as you should. I did my research. And I'm a believer now. You gotta do your research. I'm just waiting for these cars. Okay, it's green. I gotta go all the way over to the right. And expect your mom and dad to just be calling you every 20 minutes. Where are you? We're worried. Don't get all crazy. Why you keep calling me? They're just worried about you. And I'm going to go in this really tight little space again, just to show you. Right? I like to park away from everyone so you don't get your car smashed up. Okay, this place only accepts cash. So you always got to watch your back. Okay, you coming in. I have my debit cards in one pocket, my cash in another. So people won't teach you this. You know, you got to learn financial literacy. Okay, it'll lock automatically. I'm gonna walk in. I can't take you with me. So, all right. So this thing is got to be getting out in a couple of weeks. So sometimes you have big payments you got to take care of. There are things you got to manage, things you got to do. Real life is here. So it's real life. So again, he asked me, how do you convince your parents? You do what they ask you to do. If they tell you take something out, they tell you run errands, they tell you don't play around, you show them responsibility. If you don't, then you'll never gain their trust. Okay, I'm going to back up. Again, we're in this very tight little spot. I deliberately did this to show you that you got to know how to park and back up. And there was a little heated discussion there, all my fault, because I was late making payments. And if you're late making payments, they're going to sell your personal items, or you're going to lose something that's very dear to you. So I've got to man up and take care of something in about 30 days. Okay, so I'm checking traffic. You do get sad, this is pressure. Just like you got a big expense on your car. I wanted a gaming computer, but that is going to have to wait maybe another month or two, because I don't want to lose my item that's in there. So, investigating the area. Do you want me to get back on the expressway? Do you want me to take, what do you guys want me to do here? Because I can get back on the expressway, I could do just regular driving. I'm going to proceed with caution. And really, when you're driving like this, you got a lot of things on your mind. But you got to stay focused on safe driving practices. Then we want to squeeze our brakes. And I still have to be the designated drop-off driver because your parents are older than you. They shouldn't have to be staying up late, taking you around to different places, and it's about building trust. And by me running these real-life errands and taking you through a situation, you're like, you know what? I got to grow up. Because right now, my parents don't trust me. I don't have a job. I'm not staying at home playing video games. And some of you are. But some of you do have different situations. So we're going to go through this. This route takes us through a downtown area. A lot of more representative of some of the places you live. We're supposed to have some cold, freezing rain tonight, really cold. And the people that are picking up and dropping off, they were planning to take an Uber at midnight home, which is $24 per person. Not bad. But what if the Uber doesn't show up? So I told them, hey, I'll be your designated driver. I'll drop you off and pick you up. Well, there could be 4 of us. Well, that's okay. And the nice thing is, you don't ask for gas, but you got to have gas in your car. That's why you have a job. Like this truck just cut us off random. Okay? And I'm going to get over one lane to the right because I don't want to be behind this truck. Be in the middle lane. This is the Tesla. I'm not quite sure I like that model though. This person in this truck is trying to race. What's up? Yeah. So you do go through a lot of emotions when you're driving. You gotta think, man, I got to make more money, or I got this big bill coming, or I got to postpone this repair, or getting this video card, or getting the big TV, or getting a new pair of shoes. But this is life. We have to manage. It's the police right there. So when you have situations like this, it really makes you think, is my job? Am I really making enough money? You know, are my credit cards paid down? You know, because the real easy thing to do is just use your debit or credit. But I don't want to do that. Traffic is moving one way. We're at 35. Everyone's at 35. And if you go faster than 35, you're probably going to get a ticket. So I'm lifting my foot. Blinker was on 3 times. 4. I don't know if they're using the autopilot. That's kind of weird. But I'm not mad. That's that new technology. That could be me with a driver's ed student. I am not mad. We'll always have gasoline cars, but you're going to see more cars coming on. More electric cars. And then when the new president gets in, if he's going to slap down all these tariffs, then prices will go up. All our goods will go up. So that's a whole new economic lesson too. I do have a marketing minor. So this curve is really sharp, so I'm trying to go really easy. And this is a great area to take students too. If you can do all these maneuvers safely, the minimum mistakes, you're probably ready for your road test. If you're struggling and you can't, you're not ready. I got to be ready by January 20th. If you can only get out once a week, I'm sorry. And then if your mom and dad don't let you drive, I'm sorry, you're not ready. Well, I got to fill out my application. You still don't have a job yet. But I have to make a move. Wow. My items were a year behind. She was being nice and let me pay $80. She could have said, sir, you need to pay everything. It would have been $520. We didn't exactly have $520 right now. You always have to have emergency cash, and that's what a lot of you don't understand when you're driving. You live check to check, and I'm not mad. This is a one-way, taking my time. Speed limit is still 35. It will change to 45. And there's so much going on with Tesla and Ford and all these auto manufacturers who make these electric vehicles. We just don't know. But the Ford Mach-E and the Tesla, those are the ones that I know of and feel comfortable with. Quite sure there are other ones out there. And then the speed limit is going to change to 45. And then if you go over that, you could get a ticket. But when you drive your family's vehicle, you take on your family's personality. You take on the situation your mom is going through, the situation your dad's going through. Because you're going to run and pick up your brother or sister. Hey, nephew. Hey, how you doing, Hey, auntie, how you doing? And they're going to start talking to you. Oh, this is what's going on. My check came late. I got this bill. Can you help me out a little bit? You're not going to say no to your uncle and auntie. You got your last $100. You give it to them. Or you say, no, I can't. I got to pay the bill. Okay, I understand. Because you can't fall behind in your credit card payments. And that's where a lot of Americans get tripped up. Oh, also, all of you need to establish credit. This is not financial literacy, but if you're 18, 19, 20, you need to establish credit. Go to your local store, fill out an app. They're going to say, what job do you have? If you don't have a job, you can't establish credit. You can't establish credit, you're never going to get a car. So, and what I'm finding out from reading the comments, a lot of you want a car, you want a new car, but you don't have any credit. So there's a lot going on. I worked in high school, I worked at a bus terminal and a YMCA. So I was bringing home about $450 a month. I bought a car for $250. My insurance, it's like $100 a month. Used tires, used brake. I knew how to work on cars. So because my parents, they love me, but they weren't going to help me with the car. So a lot of you are very different. Your mom and dad, oh, honey, we'll help you. You could borrow our car. It's very different today. Mrs. MMK, I don't know who she is, or he is. They are. I should check on that Ford Mach-E at this dealership. I don't have time to play right now. I don't like the rush. I don't want to be standing out in the cold either. I'm already sick. You know, some of these fast food places, like this person's just stopping. Blinkers on at the last second. So you got to really be careful. So I'm trying to make it just like you guys are. But I hope you enjoyed this. I talked about some real life experiences, and just be prepared. Look at all the videos. I will go live maybe later today or tomorrow.